Okay, since the last longboard I made, I've learnt a few things. This is one of the last ones I made. It's got a nice curve. Design underneath. Now I'm preparing Pintail 90x24. It's the design. To give it its curve, I've made a mould on my workbench. Now I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it. To make this pintail, I'm using marine plywood, 1 meter by 28 and 4 mils thick. 4 of them, it'll be a total of about 16 millimeters, and high strength PVA glue. It's going, yeah, okay. Now I'm going to put the glue on every piece of the marine plywood. Evenly spread out. Stop. Now that I've put glue on every side of the marine plywood, as you can see here, they're already glued together. There's glue on every side. I'm going to be using plain old kitchen wrap, and I'm going to wrap the whole longboard up to stop the glue coming out. That way it doesn't make a mess around. Now that I've wrapped the board up, our pintail with the kitchen wrap, I'm getting ready to put it into our mould. As you can see, I've put a spacer underneath to give it the curve in the middle. Now I'll be using these bolts to bolt it to the table and give it its curve. Okay, here we are. The mould is ready. As you can see, we've got a nice curve. All the bolts are in. As you can see, all the glue's coming out because it's being pressed down. Now we have to wait for about 2 days. Okay, 2 days have passed now. It's time to take our pintail out of the stand, out of the mold, sorry. There you have it. Nice curve on it. Whoop. Just going to take off the kitchen wrap now, and she's ready to cut out. Okay, I've taken off the kitchen wrap. Just wanted to show you the curve that I've got now. As you can see, it's a nice curve that goes from one end to the other. Nice. Quite happy with that. Now our pintail is ready to cut out and shape. Okay, now we're cutting out the rough shape of our pintail. I'm almost finished cutting out the rough shape now. My jigsaw. There you have it. There's our rough shape. Now it's ready to be sanded to our finished shape. Okay, to give the finished shape to our Pintail longboard, I'm going to be using a sandpaper disc attached to a drill, a normal household drill. I've already started roughing around. We're almost at the finished size. As you can see, I've still got my outline to finish. Almost at the finished size. Okay, before I do my finishing sanding job, I'm going to drill my holes. As you can see, I've marked out my holes. Here's the back ones. And here's the front ones. I'm clamping it to the bench, and I put a piece of wood underneath. That way, when I break through with the drill, I'm not going to chip off the wood underneath. Okay. Okay, there you have it. There's our holes at the back and the holes at the front. Okay, now I've prepared my design on the bottom of my longboard pintail. I'm using normal household electrical soldering iron, and I'm actually burning the design into the wood, as you can see. It's going to take a while, but it'll be good when it's finished. Okay, now I'm burning the design into the wood, as you can see. Need a steady hand, which I haven't got, but okay, we're about halfway through our design. It's taken me about an hour now to burn the design into the underside of our longboard. As you can see, we have our seahorse. Just have to finish the outside with the waves and the flowers now. Just to show you the soldering iron I'm using. Now I've finished burning our design into our pintail, as you can see. Came out quite good. I'm quite happy with the design. It's almost ready now. Just need to clear varnish and put our grip tape on top, and he's finished. Now I'm ready to varnish my pintail. I'm going to be using a clear varnish, so I have a wood finish. It's got a wax in it, so it will give me a shiny finish. I have to give it at least 3 coats. In between each coat I have to lightly sand down with fine sandpaper, around about 400 or 500. But I have to wait about 6 or 7 hours between each coat. This is my varnish. I'll be using a very fine brush. And I'll show you how it is when it's finished. Okay, I've already varnished the other side of my pintail. which was the design side, as you can see. Now, so I don't have to wait that it dries, I'm hanging it up on 2 nails that go through the holes on the top, so I can actually varnish the other side. So I varnish the whole other side, then I have to wait about 6 or 7 hours before lightly sanding down and varnishing again. Now my first coat of varnish is dry. I'm going to lightly sandpaper my board before putting on the second coat. As you can see, it's very fine. Just lightly, as so. The whole board, and I'll be giving it another coat. Now she's all ready to put together. I've chosen to cut out my design in my grip tape. I outlined the pintail, then I made my design and I cut it out. I'll show what it's like when it's all finished. Okay, here we have our finished product. Our pintail is now finished. So, I'll show you what it's like underneath. There she is. Quite happy with the finished result. Design. Let me know what you think.